Greetings and welcome to my week's end ramblings. The week has been a bit different. There have been super busy times, and then there's been a little bit of quiet time. But as the weeks progressed, it's become a lot more busy. Last Sunday, it started with our morning masses, which is quite normal for a Sunday, and they were well attended. After the mass, we had a barbecue at Woodbridge for the Snug community. Unfortunately, it was only very few numbers in attendance, and it makes me wonder whether, in fact, that's a an event we need to pursue. And so we'll take that up with the committee when we meet this coming week. On Sunday afternoon, I went with three of my priest companions for a meal at D'Angelo's, an early meal. It was an interesting meal because at the gathering was Josh Willie, who had just gathered from attending the Pro Stadium rally at Parliament Lawns. There was also a couple of members of Parliament and a lawyer friend of one of the priests who was in the room as well. And sitting on the table behind us was the legend of Australian cricket, David Byrne, all there for celebrating the gathering, but also participating in the food and the company that so typifies D'Angelo's. On Monday morning, I had my normal Nativity small group meeting, and that was followed by mass and then my communion round. And then I came home because I knew that Monday was going to be an important day to have a look at my homily and to get some things done. Tuesday morning, a slow start for the morning. I did expect that I might have had a meeting with our principal, but unfortunately he was tied up with another event. So um, I met up with one of the priests who wanted to check out a few details about his rather large wine collection, about 2 dozen bottles. So I spent a little bit of time talking to him and just chatting about other things as we shared a cup of coffee after having catalogued his wines. On Tuesday evening, I went to Guildford Young College, the Glenorchy campus, to attend their graduation ceremony. Just as we arrived, unfortunately, it seems that a couple of the members of the student body had decided to use the toilets for vaping and had put off the on, had created a fire alarm. So we had to evacuate the area and wait till the fire service had arrived and put the place back into order. And then we attended the ceremony, which was a pleasant ceremony and it was quite good. Wednesday morning, we had our normal mass, then a pastoral team meeting. That was good. I did a little bit of work on my homily afterwards, and then I went to the church office for a Catholic cemeteries meeting, and managed at the end of the meeting to spend a bit of time with one of the staff who gave me or helped me get access to the Employment Hero program that is used for the our staff here in the parish for putting in their pay slips. So that was one thing that actually was good about the day. Then I came back and collected the things for Mass. And so I went then to a home and celebrated a home Mass for the St. Vincent de Paul Society local group who have a function about this time at the end of each year. Thursday was my nativity small group and basically spent time on my homily. As I said, was a hectic week. Different things happening in the beginning of the week, but it was going to get worse over the next 2 days, to yesterday and today. On Friday morning, I had mass as normal on a Friday morning. The school weren't there because they were to have a ceremony at the West Point Casino for their graduation ceremony or their end of year ceremony. So I was getting ready for that when I had a phone call from funeral directors asking whether I could help them with a funeral on Monday afternoon. And knowing how my weekend was busy, I knew that the only time I would manage to see the family was to see them immediately. So I headed off to Graham family where they had been just organising the funeral. and learnt that it was a 16-year-old boy who died tragically by drowning on King Island earlier in the week. So that was a very sad moment, and that knocked me around a little bit before I got to celebrate with the grades of kinders to grade 4 from the junior campus of St. Aloysius. From there, I headed off back to Graham's for a funeral that I'd organised the previous week. Then came back down here to Kingston to set in motion the adoration time for the first Friday of the month, and then headed back to the casino for the middle and senior campus graduation ceremony. And so by the time I'd finished, thankfully, one of the parishioners had replaced the Blessed Sacrament and the tabernacle, and everything was locked up, and I just went to bed. I was exhausted. Today, Saturday, I've done the homily recording and the email recordings for the next week. And now I've got a little bit of time before I have an opportunity to go to a wine expo this afternoon for a short time. Then tonight there's Mass. And then after Mass, there's a gathering at one of the families as two of our parishioners celebrate birthdays, not today, but in the next couple of days. And so they're going to celebrate that tonight. So, as I said, it's been an interesting week. It's been a good week in many ways, a week to help us do lots of things. I'm not sure what the next week is going to be. I know I've already got a funeral on Monday, a funeral preparation on Monday, and numerous other things happening as well. So that's the week. I hope your week has not been quite as messy. I hope you have a time to recreate over this weekend, and that as you recreate, you might have a chance to be ready for another week of preparation for the coming of the Saviour, and not be running around chasing your tail as I have this week. Take care, stay safe, and always remember to smile as you share your faith.